morning, everyone. Today we're going to read a fun book called 1, 2, 3, Oops. It's kind of old, so it's been ripped up. Ready? 1, 2, 3, Oops. Mr. and Mrs. Rabbit had a big family. A very big family. A very, very big family. I wonder how many bunnies we have, said Mr. Rabbit one morning. I think I'll count them today. Why not wait until later, said Mrs. Rabbit. I would. No, Mr. Rabbit said firmly. I'll do it now. He went outside to where the bunnies were playing. Mr. Rabbit started counting. 1, 2, 3, oops! Oh, noggin sploggin, he exclaimed. With a hop and a skip, the bunnies he'd been counting ran off to join their brothers and sisters. He couldn't tell which ones he'd counted and which ones he hadn't. Mr. Rabbit started again. This time he got a little further. 1, 2, 3, 4, oops! Oh, noggin sploggin, boodle doodle, he grumbled. The bunnies had started a game of tag, and he'd lost count again. Mr. Rabbit tried one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oops! Oh, noggin sploggin, boodle doodle, grizzly whizzly, he groaned. The bunnies had started playing hide and seek. Now he couldn't see any of them, and he'd lost count again. This is no good, said Mr. Rabbit. I'll have to think of a better way to count our bunnies. So he sat and thought until he had a good idea. I know, he said. I'll give a carrot to every bunny I count. That way I'll see the ones I've missed. So Mr. Rabbit started counting again. This time he handed a carrot to each bunny he counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, oops! Oh, noggin sploggin, boodle doodle, grizzly whizzly, sniffy whiffy, he cried. The bunnies he'd given carrots to had eaten them. He couldn't tell which ones he'd counted and which ones he hadn't. Then Mr. Rabbit had another good idea. I'll tell them to sit down when I've counted them. That way I won't get mixed up. So Mr. Rabbit told his bunnies to sit down once he'd counted them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oops! Oh, noggin sploggin, boodle doodle, grizzly whiffy, sniffy whiffy, jingle bingle! He shouted. The ground was full of prickly weeds. Just as soon as the bunnies sat down, they jumped up again, and Mr. Rabbit had lost count once more. Mr. Rabbit thought, and finally he had another idea. I will send every bunny I count indoors. The ones still outside will be the ones I haven't counted. I can't possibly get mixed up that way. So Mr. Rabbit started counting again. This time, every bunny he counted was sent indoors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, oops! Oh, noggin sploggin, boodle doodle, grizzly whizzly, sniffy whiffy, jingle bingle, fuddle duddle! Yelled Mr. Rabbit, stamping his foot. He'd forgotten that their home had a back door. Every bunny he'd sent in the front had come out the back way. He'd lost count yet again. Mr. Rabbit wouldn't give up. He sat down once more and thought all afternoon and all evening. Then he noticed a patch of mud on the ground and had his best idea yet. I've got it, said Mr. Rabbit. I'll put a dab of mud on the tail of every bunny I count. Then I'll know that the bunnies with clean tails are the ones I haven't counted. I can't possibly get mixed up that way. So Mr. Rabbit began to count once more. Every time he counted a bunny, he put a blob of mud on its tail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oops! Oh, noggin sploggin, boodle doodle, grizzly whistly, sniffy whiffy, jingle bingle, fuddle duddle, jungle bungle! He roared, jumping up and down. It had started to rain. All the blobs of mud he'd put on the bunnies had washed away. He'd lost count yet again. I give up, said Mr. Rabbit, and stomped angrily back indoors. I'll never be able to count all our bunnies, he cried. At that moment, Mr. and Mrs. Rabbit's bunnies scampered back inside. Tired and happy after playing all day, they were soon fast asleep. I told you to wait till later, said Mrs. Rabbit. Now try counting them. So Mr. Rabbit began counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10! He cried, I've done it! Oh, no, you haven't, said Mrs. Rabbit. You still have to count the littlest ones. Do you want to pause the video and count how many you can find? That'd be fun. The end. Alright everyone, that was a very fun story. I hope you all understand how to count up to 10 now. Something that I noticed in this story is that I think it does a pretty good job at showing how sometimes other people will have an idea that might just need explained better. And sometimes it's also a good idea to listen to other people's ideas or opinions. Not everyone will have like a super good idea all the time, and sometimes their opinion might be different than yours, and that's totally fine. But it's a good idea to listen to your friends and family when they think you should maybe wait a few minutes or something like that. Well, I hope you have a great day and listen to your family. I love you guys. Bye.